like this section of the room is ready. I don't know about the rest of you. You guys ready for your next act? All right, let's hear it for Adrian Whitcomb.
Good evening. Well, tonight, something old, something new. And when I say old, I mean old. My great-great-grandmother had a brother who was in the Overland Express, another form of the Pony Express. Anybody know what that was?
Yep.
Good. And then when the Civil War came, he was from Ohio, just outside of Cincinnati, and very close to where Grant grew up. But he joined the Union Cavalry. There. And he was in the Battle of Shiloh. Shiloh was one of the early battles in 1862 that was very bloody. And as another distinction in that there was a general there named Albert Sidney Johnston, a Southern general, who previously, of course, had been a general for the U.S. Army, but he was shot in the leg and bled to death in that battle. He was the highest-ranking American officer to die in battle in all time. So my cousin writes a poem about this man dying in battle. In 1888, he has the poem published in a book of other poems he's written. My great aunt has the book and gives it to me, and I still have it. And a few years ago, I went back and looked at it and said, well, if I changed it a little bit, it'd be, make it so it's more understandable. But even more recently, I looked at it again and said, if I add a few lines, I can make a song out of this. So that's what I did. So, and I'm using a tune that's also associated with the military, more with the Navy though. And it's the tune for it's called the Navy Hymn, but it's a British tune that's also American, used by the U.S. Navy. So, and I call it to the memory of Albert Johnston, who fell at the Battle of Shiloh in 1862. And by the way, I have to say the name of the person who wrote this. His name was Josiah English. So, to Albert Sidney Goddess said, it's dust to dust among the dead, and sorrowing the very spheres, bemoans the fewness of thy years. Before this battle finds an end, I said farewell to foe or friend. Now mingles with the heavens' rain that can be turned and come again. Is thy own blood on hill of slain, where now so thick the dead are lain? You never thought this was the day, or it would come to you this way. Voiceless you utter no command, useless blood stained in thy right hand. The sword once given thee to fight for what was taught to be the right. Someone will come to take your place, so great a loss time can't erase. Be kissed away, thou seal of death has fallen, there you find yourself, and resurrected then to try to live for something more, to die. The cycle of our lives moves on. We face the night, but seek the dawn. A few more words must now be said, as one more time we bow each head. The Lord does give, he takes away. Cannons thunder this senseless way. But born to dust, a mortal's he. On Shiloh's hill, farewell, Sidney. So that's the story of Albert Sidney Johnston. And one more thing I want to say, I was here for Poetry Fest, and I made a lot of videos of poetry and also improv, and they're on YouTube now. So you might be interested, some of you might be interested in checking that out. But if you're not sure how to find it, Poetry Fest 2019, the venue on 35th Street. You might be able to find that way. If you're not sure about that, you can ask me. Thank you, and have a good evening.
One more time for Adrian. All right. Up next.